Afternoon and welcome to another edition to Divine Love Talk. How are you guys doing? How's everything going? Just turning some things off so that we won't have any interruptions. OBKB. So today is Wednesday, November 6th, and Spirit just highlighted August. So what was going on for you in August, right? Was that 3 months ago? How are you feeling? What were you thinking? What were you wishing for? What were you hoping for, right? And how close or not so close did you get to that wish or that dream? Do not forget. November is supposed to be a highly transformative month for the collective, right? And we're only 6 days in. Only 6 days in. We are asked to make sure that whatever you're hoping for, wanting for, desiring on an individual level, you're giving that the priority, right? You're trusting your intuition. Don't pay too much mind, too much attention to what's going on around you, right? 1,000 may fall at your left, 10,000 may fall on your right. Really pay attention to what you're being guided to and try to hold the highest vibration that you possibly can. Not just during this time in November, for the month of November, as we're preparing for Saturn to station direct. No, but always as light workers, as higher echelon spiritual beings, it is your responsibility to uplift the vibration of the planet. And you uplift the vibration of the planet by staying in your most highest positive vibration as often and for as long as possible. If this is your first time here, hello and welcome. My name is Etta, Mystic Healer, Intuitive and Spiritual Life Coach. I only have 2 pages, this page and my TikTok shop page. So if there's other people ending up in your inbox, that's not me. The only way I will end up in your inbox is if you give me an invitation. You ask me a question and then I will respond. We have lots going on for the month of November. Oh, and if this is your first time here, let us know where you're from and how you're doing. We have the 25 days of Etta that started yesterday, right? When we will have all types of giveaways here on the live, as well as anyone who makes a purchase or love offering will be entered to win the $250 grand prize that we have that we're giving out at the end of the month. So some of you guys have been getting your emails with your number. Do not share your number with anyone, because when the time comes and we have the drawing, it really needs to be anonymous, right? I mean, the winner could come forward, but we want to make this as safe as possible, if you know what I mean. If you have any questions about this month's giveaways or next month's giveaways, because next month you definitely have to be a Patreon subscriber to be a part of that giveaway, a paid Patreon subscriber. As we get closer to December, we'll let you know what that grand prize is. But for now, giving you the heads up that you have to be a sub on the Patreon to get that prize coming out in December. As always, subscribers to the live and to the Patreon get 1 reading a month on the live, 2 if time permits, right? And we try to squeeze them in as much as possible. We have a reading from yesterday that we didn't get to, which is the reading from Monday for Alyssa. So Alyssa's on the list. And then we have space for just 2 more mini readings today. So if you're a subscriber to the live or the Patreon, a paid subscriber on the Patreon, let's get to your reading today. But before we do that, we're going to do the general message, and then we'll do a general love message because it's the month of Twin Flames. What else? Let's get to your comments and see who's here, and then we'll get into the general message for the collective. Hey, Loca. When I say, baby, that I am proud of you, I am so proud of you. Let's see what else your bippity boppity boo can do, right? Hello, Trey. Hello, Krista. Krista, it's almost that time. It's almost that time. The bald-headed Bab. Well, hello. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Momo. Jess, I'm not finished with you just yet. Hi, Tiana. You did it again. You did it again. The same way. You've been trusting those nudges. You've been trusting those feelings. Like right now, right? You thought I was going to be live, and then boom, here I am. Trust it always and allow it to guide you to where you're going, right? The sweetest destination is ahead. Momo, thank you for the gift. Let's see who else is here. Who else is here? Hi, Paula. Hi, Nell. How are you? From Sacramento. Hello, hello, hello. Tam Tam, hello. Doo-doo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wrote you a note and put it in your DM. Like, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, right? What I wrote. Shauna, trying. It's been a hard day. It's a challenging day for most of the collective, right? Not just because it's hump day, but, happenings and things going on. Got people in, there's different things going on. That's usually what happens when you're on the brink of huge transformation. Anytime we have a major planet that's caused major disruptions, stationing direct, right? It comes with a lot of issues. It comes with a lot of upheavals. It comes with those tower moments that shake things up to shake things right. Yeah, it's going to be a month of shakeups, right? But that's how our suddenly comes in. That's how that sudden shift comes in. Ride the wave as best as you can. Make sure, not just Shauna, but everybody else, make sure you're engaging in that radical self-care where you're doing something every day to honor yourself, to honor who you are, whether it's 5 minutes or for 5 hours. Make sure you're doing something just for you, just to celebrate you. I like to say every day is a celebration, and some people have made that their mantra as well. Find the moments in life to celebrate, and life will always give you something to celebrate. It's all about energy. The energy we put out is the energy that we receive. Somebody needed to hear that particular part. Let's see who is here. Thank you for the new follows. Please keep hitting the like button as it keeps us relevant in the algorithm and things of that such. Goldilocks, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Julia, what are my thoughts on slow burn relationships? That seems to be a thing for the fall. There's a lot of relationships that are coming together that are seeming like, wait a minute, they're not moving at the typical pace that they usually move at. And most of the times with these slow burn relationships, especially if you're coming out of a season of relationships that seems to have gone really fast, right? Easy come, easy go, right? It took off really quickly and ended just as quickly. Those slow burn relationships have a greater lesson to teach you. They have a greater something to share with you. And those are the ones at this time, right? We can't speak for December or February, but right now they have the potential to last longer, right? We want what we want when we want it, and oftentimes we want it now, but we are reminded that good things come to those who wait, and better yet, endure. Marcy! When we first spoke about the incense, and I was like, I know I have a video. And I was like, well, did I record the video? And I was like, where's the video? And then it popped up for me, and I was like, aha, thank you, Spirit. So I just sent that over. And if you have any further questions, let me know. Miss Nicole, how are you? Which reminds me, orders have gone out today, and I think the balance will go out. The balance of the orders will go out tomorrow. Y'all do know I got beef. Did I talk about the beef I got at the post office? We'll talk about that later. Because it's the post office. Like, we'll talk about that later. Oh my goodness. This man's sister is kikiing with me, and I'm like, nah, we ain't talking a while, girl. What you want? Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. There's some things coming up. Momo, no, they haven't found your package, so I have to resend that. To date, and by today, I mean over the past 6 weeks, give or take, they've lost like 10 packages. All of a sudden, it's this one particular clerk. That always had it out for me. I don't know why, because every time I would walk in there, smiles and giggles and all love and light, she would look at me with the evil eye, and I'm like, not my circus, not my monkey. Never paid her any mind. And then all of a sudden, one package went missing, then two packages went missing, and I'm like, Mia, you're the problem. But I can't say you're the problem because, you can't accuse people of doing something if you didn't see them do it, even though I intuitively know she did it. But it's okay. It's okay. Payback is a... Krista, digital, or did you send me a package? Because if you sent me a package, I haven't received packages. Not even the packages I was supposed to receive. There was a return coming back to me that is just lost in the United States Postal Service stratosphere. All in all, the majority of the packages have had no problems. It's just this last 6 months that have been the hiccup. Oh no, that one I got. I believe I got. I think so. I will double check. I think so. Let's get into this general message and see what else Spirit has to say for the collective. If you have any thoughts, comments, feelings, responses, just want to share something as the message is coming out, please feel free to share. The moderators, hi my lovely moderators, love yas, are on deck to keep the place safe and sacred. Let's see. Oh, no, I refuse to talk about that. Spirit wanted to jump in and talk about something, and unless one of you guys bring it up, I'm not talking about it. Holy Spirit, what else besides that thing you wanted to talk about? That's the collective need to know on this Wednesday, this 6th day, a day of balance, a day of love, right? Because 6 is the number of the lovers. Remember, whatever you're calling in, whatever you've been trying to manifest, whether it's love, finances, good health, you align with that energy as perfectly as you can, right? If you want a good partner, start showing up for yourself as a good partner, right? Going back to engaging in that radical self-care, as I say that, and doing things by the book, doing the right things for you so the right person can show up and give you that energy. And this also came out, right? The here and now, staying present. Let's see. I'm going to use these. What other message does the collective need to hear right now? I look down and I see, Dominique, the energy in the world right now. It's giving very much 1,000 may fall by your left, 10,000 by your right? But no harm shall reach you. This is regardless, and this is a message we've been getting since the end of August. Whatever you see happening, they said this was supposed to go here, right? Take note of it, right? Because we are in the world, but as a person with a higher spiritual calling, a light worker with a higher spiritual calling, a higher spiritual responsibility. We are in the world, but we are not of this world. Always stay true to the mission that has been assigned to you. But speaking about that, what's the vibe? Do we have another one? Okay. Anything else? was it Castro, when asked about the elections that were taking place, during his reign here, where he in Cuba, right? The elections that were taking place here, and he said it's like asking to choose between the left foot and the right foot of the same person. And that has always stuck with me. What else does the collective need to hear on this day? And this is why I don't like Spirit has so much to say about it, wants to share with the collective, but there's other things going on, right, that we need to tend to. Being flexible and no place like home. It feels like this came out in the reverse either yesterday or the day before yesterday. Whichever one, a lot of you who received that message and felt that it resonated with you have been doing the work to shift your perspective, to come into the energy that is going to help you manifest the things that you have been trying to manifest. When it comes to your peace, when it comes to your stability, right, be as flexible as this gymnast standing on an egg. Do you know how light and delicate you would have to be to pull off a handstand on an actual egg? It is doable. It is doable. How doable? I'm thinking of like the monks and the Taoists and people who walk along those lines and can do amazing, almost human-defying things with their body, right? You never know what your body is actually capable of until you find out, right? By exercising it, pushing it, and really, really allowing it to be as flexible as possible. For some of you who have been slacking on your health care, they're highlighting that at this moment. Flexibility, right? Your actual physical, not just your mental flexibility or your spiritual, emotional flexibility, right? Flexibility in your joints, right, is a determination of how healthy you are. So as you get older and you're noticing you're stiffening up, okay, you don't want to go to the gym, cool. You don't want to do swimming, cool. Make sure you at least go for walks. Try to shoot for a mile, 2 miles. Do what feels good to you. If you have mobility issues, try to modify it, right? So that it doesn't aggravate any chronic issues you are experiencing. But you'll find, and this is for somebody in particular, right, with the mobility issues, go easy into what you've been given to do towards your healing, but make sure you're consistent. Make sure you're consistent, and before you know it, you'll be as good as new. Poverty is back out, and nightlife. Ow, wait a minute, hold on. Who's out here spending money like your name is Deuce Bigelow, right? Griselda Blanco. Who's doing that? And they just said health is wealth. A lot of you are, well, some of you are just squandering physical money. And there's always a time to play and gamble, just, not too much. But a lot of you, they're highlighting, some of you have also been, and I don't want to say a lot of you, they keep saying a lot of you, and I'm like, wait, what? Squandering your health. Do not forget that health is wealth, right? It's not just what you're consuming, the foods that you put in your mouth, but the things that you are watching, the things that you are listening to, the things that you are entertaining, everything in moderation, or else you will wake up one day and wonder how you got into a certain position, right? Where did you pick up that extra 50 pounds? And it may not sound like a lot. And for some of you, it may not even look like a lot, because everybody holds their weight differently. But to the heart, to the organs, it is a lot. So keep that in mind for whomever that resonates. Oh, I didn't even realize this many cards came out. It would be a shame, a crying shame, if tomorrow you woke up, or next week, or next year this time, you woke up and you had everything that you've ever asked for, everything that you ever prayed for, but you couldn't enjoy it because you neglected your health. During your depressive episodes, you let life get the best of you and really indulged in those vices, in those things that are harming, right? Having too much of, the brown adult juice, right? Having too much sugar, having too much of things, right, that were kind of band-aid solutions to the pain that you were going through at the time. This is a season, right, where people are more depressed or sadder than usual, and some of us have very unhealthy coping mechanisms. Try your best to put those coping mechanisms in check, especially if it causes you to indulge in foods or anything else that you consume that is damaging to your health, whether it is your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, or your financial health, because you have abundance, prosperity, like literally everything you've ever wished for coming in. You are literally at the red light about to take a step forward. You've made the decision as to where you want to go, at least on a mental level, but you're still dealing with the heaviness of your past and present situation. It is all wrapping up. With the year, it is all wrapping up. Lean on your support team, not just your physical support team, your friends, your family, the soul tribe, as dope as these individuals are, right? Not just them, but everybody, and your spirit team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, for help, for encouragement, for other healthier coping mechanisms. Laughter is the best medicine, but understand, and there goes that wealthy, right? Going back to health is wealth. It is coming. The abundance is coming. The glow up that you have been like, oh my gosh, if I just had XYZ, life would be so much easier. It's about to get easier. You're about to have that stability and that security that you want on every single level. What's this? A Ferrari? Ew. Right? And it's a red car. And we love red here over here. You're about to enter a stage where you are settled, secure, and you have that wealth, right? The financial wealth is the easiest thing because that's kind of outside of you. But once you possess that energy internally, it will come in for you. Just make sure you're giving that same energy to your health, because some of you have been neglecting your health. And I get it, right? With life and the daily grind and the 9 to 5 and the this and all the demands that's being placed on your life and the kids and the this and the that, it's sometimes easy to forget when you've been to the doctor's last, right? And that being said, prevention is better than cure. New opportunities, new career. If you're in entrepreneurship, you could expect your business to be super successful. And if Pixar's movie Monsters Inc. taught us anything, right, or affirmed anything for us, is that laughter contains a very, very high frequency, right? It's the best medicine, right? If you're going to sit in front of the TV or your phone all day, engage in things that make you laugh, right? Watch things, consume things that bring you happiness, joy, and healing on a real level, not a superficial band-aid for the moment type of level, but on a real all-inclusive level. Masculine energy. For a minute there, I flipped this over and I was like, wait a minute, this might be too spicy. This is giving emperor energy, authority, discipline, father figure, sudden wealth, concern. And there goes that Saturn energy we got. This has been coming out a lot, right, with the 33. You will have that stability, right? When Saturn goes direct in a few days, like a week and a half, you're going to start, and I like this 11 and 33 that came out. You're going to start to see things slowly start moving in the right direction, even with Mercury fitting to go retrograde at the end of the month, right? Because that's the big one that we always talk about. things will continue to go in your favor. As long as you've been doing things by the book, you've been doing things the right way, continue to stay present, stay grounded. We love subliminals. We love our affirmations. Use them. That's what they're there for. If you need recommendations on creators or other options that that are out there for a treasure trove of subliminals or affirmations that will help you stay present, that will align you with the energy of wealth on every single level, let me know, because I've bumped into a lot of beautiful souls on this journey that have the tools and resources to help us all on our journey. With this masculine energy coming through this sexily with all of this sexy energy, right? A lot of you, this is another confirmation that your love life is going through changes and you are being paired with a partner, or your current situation is being elevated into a more stable, grounded situation. In the when one of the messages recorded for the collective, right? Somebody's ex, a lot of divine masculines are realizing that their happiness, their peace, their wealth, their prosperity is tied to the divine feminine. Serendipity, those are those blessings coming in that seem to happen by coinkydink, right? It's a coincidence or happenstance. There's no such thing as happenstance, right? Things happen as they're supposed to, when they're supposed to. But when you're in this light, loving energy, when you're upholding the frequency of the most positive emotion you can evoke for that day, right? Sometimes it's sheer joy. Sometimes it's, we're a couple of steps away from panic. But whatever vibration you hold, understand you will continue to attract experiences that match that vibration. So if you're feeling lucky, right, you will be lucky. You will find that things just gravitate to you. If you're feeling happy, you're going to gravitate. You're going to have situations and experiences that add to that happiness, right? And if you're feeling sad, well, you know where that's going to go. This is time with this mature woman to really be clear about what you want, say what you want, and don't accept anything less. This antisocial card, in your feelings, silent treatment left out. A lot of masculines, exes are in this energy, but it's also giving us the energy like if you need a timeout from peopling, even though, okay, yeah, this is why they said it, because of the holidays, right? And you're expected to be at grandma's house and auntie's house and his mother's house and her father's house and make all these rounds to visit people that you rather not. This year, more than any other time, it's very important to honor your sacred self by not being around people that do not add to your joy, that do not add to your happiness. If you feel some type of way about going to your Nana's house this holiday to enjoy whatever with whomever and you don't want to go, don't force yourself to go just because your mama told you so, right? Even though you're 45, we're not going to talk about that, right? Because we're always mommy's baby, right? Daddy's baby. But if you feel in your heart not to be in certain places and people going to have negative things to say about it, because everybody's here, right? Why aren't you here? Honor yourself. It's not being disrespectful. Unless you say it in a disrespectful way, then that's on you, boo. But it's putting yourself first, which is not being selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. It is an act of self-preservation. When you are calling in divine love, you are calling in wealth, you have to put yourself first at every single turn. And sometimes we don't even realize when we're not putting ourselves first. Make sure from this moment forward, you're looking at all the opportunities and experiences that you have during the day and make sure at every turn you're putting yourself first, graciously, not disrespectfully, but graciously putting yourself first at every single turn. If you feel like being antisocial and not talking to anybody, then you do that. That's a good time to reset. Do something for you, engage in that radical self-care where you tune the world out, right? Don't stay gone for too long. Come back, right? But if you feel in your soul that's what you need to do for you, for your mental health, to get you out of a funk, to better yourself, then make sure you do it regardless of who and who got what and what to say about it. Please put yourself first, always and forever. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't help anybody if you don't help yourself, even when it comes to your children. You know, I gotta do this for them before I do it for me. They feel that. They may not understand that, but they feel that, you're loving them from an incomplete place. You're trying to pour in, you're trying to pour into them from an incomplete place. Make yourself whole first, and then pour from your overflow. So many of you, especially my empaths, are so good at giving everyone, everything all the time, which leaves little to nothing for yourself. Learn how to pour from your overflow. When we look at the Ace of Cups and we see the cup overflowing, right? Those 4 streams of overflow, learn to give from that, right? Your overflow, and not from your main supply. Your main supply is for your main supply. It's for you. Keep that in mind when the sudden wealth comes in, because the first thing is like, ooh, let me help so-and-so because they've got bills and that mortgage and, the kids and blah, blah, blah. And like, we're all givers, right? That's part of the package of being a light worker. 99% are just naturally want to give. 99% are just natural, deep, intuitive empaths. We know how to help somebody, right? Based on their experience. We just intuitively know we want to give. And that's a beautiful thing. Just make sure you give to you first. A great practice to get into is when you're doing your budgeting for the month, right? And you're sitting down, you're paying your bills, and this is due then, and this is due then. And you're kind of like going through your paycheck and like assigning tasks to every dollar, because that's how we're moving with money, right? If not, that's how we need to start moving with money. Every dollar is assigned a task. Make sure you assign the money to yourself first. Make sure before you pay anybody's bills, before the tax man, before the phone bill man, before the electric man, make sure you pay yourself first. It could be $2, right? Or $20 to get something at McDonald's for the week, right? Or it could be $100 to treat yourself to Taco Tuesdays, right? And some margaritas. Whatever you do, make sure that you pay yourself first. That adds, right? That will put you in the mind frame, the mind state of constantly putting yourself first. And then you will find, as you go through this and make it a daily habit, others will put you first. Others will elevate to meet you at that level, that pedestal that you now put yourself upon. It's time for you to really get into your empress, into your emperor energy. And it starts by putting yourself first and being unapologetic about the choices that you make for yourself. Your happiness is first and foremost. Your peace is paramount and comes before everything else and anybody else. Remember that as you prepare to receive the blessings that November and December have in store for you, because those are just the beginning. It's just the beginning of living that happily ever after that you have planned for yourself, that you have envisioned for yourself. Just remember, at every single turn, with every single experience, you're putting yourself first. That is the message for the collective. Let's get into these comments and see what you guys are chit-chatting about. Hi, Blaze. How are you? I saw you sneak in. And something tells me you came in right on time. As per usual, right? As per usual. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Battling a headache. I was battling one earlier. Did you take anything for it or are you just resting? Already have my plan for when I receive big. John, I love that. I want to give so bad right now, but I had to buy. When Cookie says, I got to put me first, Lucius. Got to put yourself first, Jess. Hi, Robertson. I am blessed. Indeed, you are. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, love. How are you? Hi, Samantha. How are you? Sniper Bob. How are you? Do things by the book. What book? I ain't got no time for them shenanigans. Hi, Robin. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Cassie, hello. Jasenia, how are you? Boogie, woogie, woogie. How are you? Honeybee. Honeybee, honeybee, honeybee. Embrace, how are you? Shauna, so many beautiful people on the live today. Health is the true wealth. I agree, John, wholeheartedly. Deuce Bigelow arrives today to spoil me. Hey, Krista. Hey, enjoy, and indulge on every single level. Spending money like I'm a millionaire, as you should, right? Because that's the destiny. So why not start now? Honeybee, you know they're talking to you. Rubbing my shoulder as you say mobility. Come on, figure it fit, let's get it. Get up. Gina, how are you? Mama Jones, thank you for the follow. Thank you to my new followers. And as a reminder, I will never hit you up first. I will never end up in your DMs or comment anything weird under your comments. Miss K, hello, hello, hello. The Queen, hello, hello, hello. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling? Y'all saying, say it. Demigods, heavy on the demigods. So many people don't even know that's exactly what they are. And Honeybee is at the doctor's. All right. All right. Whimsical Pisces. We are still doing the call tonight. I totally meant to send out the link first thing this morning, and I just got to work and it's been one thing after another. So I will be sending the link out probably right after the live, right? It's going to be for 7:30 tonight for the OGs, right? OGs, we're getting together tonight on Google Meet to chit chat and catch up and things of that nature. Figure it fit. I think you're the only one who requested a reading. So we're going to get to your reading. If Alyssa's here, we're going to get to their reading. And then we're going to get into the general love reading. And because of time, we'll leave it at that. Let's see who else is Breezy. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Ayani, my deepest and sincerest condolences. Loca is absolutely right. I know some people will and can, but I don't tap into the energy of the dearly departed until at least 366 days after they've departed. And be careful of any apparitions. Be mindful of any apparitions that resemble your loved one. It's very important to allow yourself time to grieve this person and everything they meant to you in the physical world. Just remember that if this is someone, and it feels like it is, who is very loving, kind, and generous to you in the physical world, you are now in the process of gaining a new ancestor, a new helper on the other side that will assist you along your journey. Just don't try to reach out to them before that 366-day mark for many, many, many reasons. But you always want to keep yourself safe as a light worker. Hi, Susie. You finished school today. Congratulations, Jasenia. Today has been so disappointing. Okay, fine. We want to talk about it. You want to talk about it, right? Why is it so disappointing, right? Whenever considering whomever is elected, right? Ren or Stimpy, they're just figureheads. The real attention is on who has majority in the House and the Senate, where the laws get passed and the things pop up, right, that affect our day-to-day rights. We can like one person versus another person as the figurehead, but they're just that, a figurehead. The power lies in the Senate and the Houses, right? People are using this opportunity to let their biases show, right? Let their biases all hang out for whatever reason, right? For whatever their viewpoint. But that's just human nature. We're all born homicidal maniacs, really, right? But we learn along the way, very early on, that, not to engage in that behavior, right? It's kind of innate, but we all are born to survive one way or another by any means necessary. I guess that's a better way of phrasing it than saying H maniac. Right? We learn how to coexist with other human beings and animals. For the most part, for most of us, we do. What does it really change? What does it really, really change? Right, going back to what Castro said about choosing between the left foot and the right foot of the same person. Some people start walking with their left foot first, right? Some people start walking with their right foot first. Regardless of what you choose, we're still going in the same direction, regardless of what it appears like, right? Remember, around August, July, right? Spirit started reminding us to make sure we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Make sure our pantries are filled. Make sure we're trusting our intuition and know how to move in our areas, right? Know how the people in our areas respond. Know how the weather respond, and getting real comfortable, intuitively comfortable with those things. A lot of what we're seeing in the media, and this is why there's always this push for light workers to, you see what's going on, but don't give it too much credibility. Don't pay attention too much into it, because then it starts siphoning your good energy, and we don't want that happening. A lot of it is a distraction from the major things, the real things that's going on, the bippity boppity boo that's going on, the magic that's going on. This country is filled with magic and portals. Like, it wasn't just discovered by accident. Them folks were led here because of the power. And humans, we're always on the quest for more power and more power and more power. But those who inhabited the land before already knew of its power, right? They were born into its power. But people are continuously trying, especially the people who have no right to the power of this land, are continuously trying to harness it for whatever reason or purpose, right? We try not to dig to that far because then we start gaining the attention of people that we don't want to garner the attention from. So to prevent us from seeing the real magic show that's going on. It's all a bunch of theatrics, right? Again, trying to get you to decide between the left foot and the right foot of the same person. And most of us don't even realize that this is what's going on, right? As, what do they say? 85% of the population is just sheeple, right? 10% of the population controls the 85%, and there's 5%, the light workers, the watchers, right? Or the 5%ers, for those who know, right? That try to awaken the 85 so they see what's going on. And 20 years ago, it was a true 85, but it's a lot less than that now. Still too high to be comfortable with. Still, the masses are being controlled by illusions. That's why light workers are always encouraged to make sure you're seeing what you're seeing, right? You know exactly intuitively what it is. When I first opened up the app, there was a lot of slack. They were like, everybody who predicted, all you astrologers and psychics that predicted the other person was going to win, don't say anything. Close your account right now. And I can't fault them, right? I really can't fault them because they may have seen it as a feminine energy winning and immediately assumed that would be Kamala. But if you've actually listened to Trump speak, he's definitely one of those masculine presenting people who are deep, deep, deep in their feminine, right? And there's a reason for that, right? That's part of the deception package. We could go on and on and on for hours about it, but I will leave it at that and remind the collective, not everything you see is what you think it is, right? Sometimes it's better to close your eyes, trust your intuition, and do what's best for you and your family, regardless of the fuckery that's going on in the world. Do what's best for you. And remember, when you're really walking in the faith and you're really about this life, the spiritual life, 1,000 will fall at your left, 10,000 will fall at your right, and no harm will reach you. At worst, you will feel the breeze of them falling down, but that's just about it. For the most part, give or take. Figure it fit where you're at. Can we talk about Stranger Things one day? Can we talk about it's based on, after the first season, and I found out that it's based on something that happened here, not here, on Long Island, off of Montauk, right? I had to stop watching because it was just too much. But Stranger Things and other things that are fun science fiction, right? And they're supposed to just be a figment of somebody's imagination, are all based on real things. Vampires, werewolves, and all the creature fairy tales and storylines we've been told are based on real things, right? And that's another conversation for another day, right? That's probably one of those conversations that we have on a private platform like Zoom or Google Meets, but not a general public conversation. No shade to the general public. It's just sometimes these things get really, really sensitive, and we need to make sure we have those type of conversations amongst open-minded individuals who have experienced enough within their spirituality to know about the possibilities that exist out there. So when movies and shows show this stuff, are they opening up the space for it to happen again? It can, right? Because we've learned from what was that deliverance, right? How energy is transferred and that it can be transferred through devices and TVs and earphones and anything electronic, really. Something tells me tonight's conversation is going to be very, very interesting. The majority of the women are united and mobilized. We shall see. We shall see. When you listen, because I find Trump to be hilarious, right? There was those TikToks that was like Trump is like a teenage girl, and they were giving all the examples. Like people were duetting all the examples and mimicking all the times where he sounded like a teenage girl, and that is probably the funniest thing I've seen on TikTok all year. All year, and I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I have a cozy voice. Thank you. Be nice poetry. Hi, Lula. I am well. Thank you. They will never give a woman, well, that goes by the feminine presenting and the masculine presenting energies, right? Isn't that a trip? Like, hold on, let's really talk about this, right? Because the man versus woman debate has been going on for centuries. But in this new age where we've adopted this way of acknowledging that we all possess that duality, right? We all have masculine and feminine within us, and we choose, regardless of what the physical vessel is, how we present ourselves, right, to the world, how our spirit presents ourselves to the world. And we are in the age of the feminine, and Spirit started to talk about this last week, and I was like, we're not going to do that because I didn't want to. It's a very sensitive topic, but you really, those of you who can comprehend the duality and what we present ourselves like in spirit, regardless of our physical form, it may not look like we have a female leader, but we do. Don't get caught up in the physical vessels, because that's a part of the delusion, right? A madman is at the helm. So you think, so it looks like. But spirit energetically, because if you really paid attention to those smaller accounts, the covens especially, right? Who have had their covens or been in their covens for centuries. Their covens came over with the Mayflower. If you've been following those accounts of what they've been posting, today wouldn't be a surprise, because they've actually spoken to just how divinely protected he is. When we talk about destiny and fate, we're always reminded how, and going back to that flexibility card that showed up, things always don't happen the way that we think they're supposed to happen, the way that we envision it in our mind, but they always, according to the divine, according to the one that's truly running the show, they always happen how they're supposed to. So whatever happens next is supposed to happen next. Just make sure, as an intuitive, as a light worker, as a priest, as a priestess, you're standing up and shining your big bright light when you are called to. You're living the life and walking the walk that your guides have assigned you to walk, because we all have a job to do right now. And if you're disillusioned by what's going on, not just here in the States, but around the world, right? Because the UK got some ish going on too, right? The Asian community has some ish going on too. The islands, all of them, right, have some things going on. If you get caught up in the disillusion and allow them to siphon your energy, well, then you allow them to siphon your energy and you can't participate in the group project that's going on to raise the vibration of the planet. Figure it fit to the front of the line. We are running out of time. So let's get a message in for you. Do you have a specific question or a general message? Or did you want a general message? And after we do the Figure It Fits reading, we're going to do a quick love reading. The new paradigm is one of cooperation rather than competition, and they don't want us to know that. So all the disillusions, all the illusions that are being presented are to keep that separation, right? That spy versus spy mentality for all my Mad Comics fans, right? Having one pitted against the other, right? And going back to the left foot and the right foot, right? Claiming that one is better than the other, but they're both working together to get you to where you need to be. They're both working together to get you to where you need to be. All right. Chantel, we got through a general. We're about to do a personal. Hi, Gabriel. How are you? All right, general love message for Figure It Fit. I'm turning away from the comments again. If I didn't get to your message, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because I didn't scroll up far enough. And if you're really seeking an answer to a general question, please feel free to DM me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Figure It Fit, general love message. Shifting the energy to figure it fit and what they need to know when it comes to love. You have the tourmalated quartz, clear quartz, or the moldavite. Which pile is your pile? So that song by Music the Soul Child, Love, listen to it. But replace love with God, because that's how it was originally written. But he was told that if he left it as such, it wouldn't have mass appeal at the time. So we're going, 20 years ago? 20 some odd years ago? But that song keeps replaying for you, Figure It Fit. And they're saying that this faith that you have when you're standing in the pews, when you're standing in the pulpit, when you are in the presence of the Lord, that faith that you have, those moments that you have where you're almost taken over by the Holy Spirit is supposed to be your norm. These areas that you doubt and give negative attention to kind of negates the work that you do when you sing and stand in his presence. Because it's like you say you believe and then you show that you don't believe. Pick one. Pick one. Which one are you, a believer or a non-believer? Or worse yet, an in-betweener. They're coming down very, very hard on you, and they're kind of like doing this thing, admonishing you, but they really want you to stand firm on one side and pick a side, and you're not being judged. There's a little older lady saying, yes, she is being judged, because what? How can somebody have so much faith yet doubt so much? So listen to that song. Really listen to it and replace the word love with the word God. Being clear about you're going to stay stuck in the same situations over and over again because you have this self-handicapping behavior, and it's tied to your lack of faith. That's why they're just like, stop it, right? Stop it, stop it, stop it. You've shown huge faith in other areas, and in this one area tied to your heart, you let doubt get the best of you. You let fear get the best of you. You let being the one to have the last word get the best of you, or the ones to be right get the best of you. There's a bit of, oh gosh. There's this energy of wanting to be right. This energy to want to be the best person, the one who gets the hands up, the one who's like at the top of the headliner, right? The one who steals the show, so to speak. The sun doesn't come out every day and like, raw, I'm the sun. The sun's just suns. You were never the person that you were never the person that had something to prove to anybody, so why are you acting like it? You were never the person that had anything to prove to anybody, so why are you acting like it? Why are you stepping outside of divine grace and trying to manifest from that space? Why are you allowing people who are so beneath you determine whether you have a good day today or a not so good day today? And if they could, because they're shaking me, they would shake you. And they have tried to shake you, but in your stubbornness, sheesh, figure it fit. You refuse to hear your guys out. So pick a space. The person that you're thinking of, right? And the Ace of Swords is pointing to exactly what they did. This is them coming through with their truth. Them coming through and like holding you like this and like, are you a believer or are you a non-believer? Because if you are a believer, you need to walk every day, all day, 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year in that believing energy. You can't let the uncalled determine what you and your calling are supposed to be doing. You can't let those who are not chosen affect you as deeply as they do. You know you deserve great love. You know that it's coming for you. Why are you so caught up in the specifics of the how and the when and the who and the why and the but and the stop. This is something you've done throughout every single lifetime. Now is the time, because it's never worked out for you in every single lifetime. Now is the time that you cut it out and allow love to come to you, show up for you the way that it's supposed to on every single level. And you will find the more you submit into your calling, the easier love becomes and everything else in your life becomes. Please and thank you. They just said, because it's this little older lady, short. She's like 4'6". Very, very, well, not skinny, more frail than skinny. That just has the biggest bone to pick with you right now. And she says that she's not letting anybody else come through for you until you pick a side and stand on it. Stand on business. That is your message. And then we're going to get into a love reading. Figure it fit. Like, I'm going to have to DM you. I'm going to DM you later. And then, because WTF, babe. WTF. Got me going through emotions and feelings on a Wednesday. WTF, boo. Boogie Witch Crystal. This crystal, one of my favorite crystal. It's been with me for a very, very long time. And that kind of looks like a heart right there from this angle. So this is tourmalated quartz. And those striations, those pieces of dark, so that's tourmaline. All of that. Bring it up closer. Doesn't focus. Yeah. All that is tourmaline. This is how it was formed. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get into this love reading because we're losing light. It looks like from certain angles, it looks just like a heart, right? Up close, it's not, but it kind of does look like a heart. I picked that up. I've had this stone now for 11, 12 years. It's my favorite. Along with my tower, my rose quartz tower that's in the other room. All right. Oh no! Well, if Salem took it, they know what they were doing with it. They don't want her. Hi, Jen. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Cheese figure it fit. I won't be surprised if they say no the next time. Oh, we did say that today's love reading would be for you guys who are single, my single Pringles, to the front of the line, because I almost forgot. I did. So let's do a love reading and see what these singles are in the energy of. Hi, Morty. How are you? Give it one more quick shuffle. One more quick shuffle. And you know it's bad, figure it fit, when I had a full meal, like something that I typically eat when I know I'm only going to have the opportunity to eat once for the day and I know I'm going to be full. And I got on this live an hour ago, full and satiated and ready to take on the world. Now I'm starving. Now I'm hungry. Such is life. What can the singles expect in love? This is your current energy. This is who is coming towards you. And the thing you need to focus on most right now, and the final word. Overall energy is making it clear. Making it clear as to what you want. And when we say, I want a lover that's this, that, and that, right? We have a clear list. But then we go back to what's their face, because, they know how to scratch and itch real good, or, they know the best restaurants, speaking of food, right? And we just, it's for the moment until Mr. Right comes along or Mrs. Right comes along. No. This is a season of really making it clear, really defining that vision of love and not accepting anything less than your current energy. Speaking about, with this devil card coming back out, right? Being with somebody that knows how to scratch and itch. Some of us are tied to just because this came out in yesterday's reading, right? We might want to go back to the devil you know versus anybody new. Really figure out why you're so comfortable in a place that you were kind of delivered from. Why you're so comfortable going back to something, or even thinking about going back to something to fill the space as you're waiting for the one to arrive. In this moment of waiting, you're encouraged to make that decision. Make it firm and clear, and just don't make it in your mind and or in your heart, but reaffirm that decision by the actions that you are taking. Right? And allow that love to come to you. And we're back at the Ace of Swords, right? And I swore I shuffled these cards. This is about making it clear as to what you want and letting the divine bring it in, right? Not doing anything, just putting out your order into the universe, giving your order to the Creator, to God, and allowing it to come to you. What you should know with this Five of Swords and the clouds breaking up and all this mental energy, again, it goes back to making it clear as to what you want. and not accepting anything less. Some of you are holding on to the past because, something is better than nothing. Is it though? Is it though? You have a wedding. Ooh. All right. So I really like this for the collective, and she does too, because just look at her face. She's just like, yeah. Make it clear and allow your guides to bring it to you, right? Because it's all fell over what's coming. That engagement is coming. That proposal is coming. That marriage is coming. The wedding is coming, right? That happily ever after is coming. But you going back to the general message. You've got to love yourself first. You got to put yourself first. Your self-respect. Shout out to the people who like getting their itch scratched by people they know they shouldn't be dealing with, but they're a good scratcher, itcher person, so you still engage, right? Yeah, y'all folks. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Why settle for a moment of pleasure when the divine is bringing you someone who will fulfill you on every single level for a lifetime? We've been getting the message that love lives, whether you're single or partner, are ascending to a higher level of commitment, a higher level of togetherness. And you will be in a situation, some of you, as soon as you make it clear and say that you want XYZ and you align yourself emotionally, mentally, physically with that, you're going to meet someone and things are just going to flow. And that's how you know it's divinely sent, right? It may not flow quickly, but it will flow. And, you'll go from dating to the wedding in a relatively short amount of time. It's not going to take 2 years. It's not going to take 3 years. It's going to take just enough time for you to know that this is the divine person that was supposed to be sent to you. This is where you're supposed to be going, but it requires you first to love yourself first by not engaging with those people that you have these karmic ties to, and it feels good. We all like to feel good, right? Especially when we're in the throes of ecstasy. Like I am not knocking you. That's if you're in the energy of letting so and so scratch that itch, and enjoy yourself, have fun. But when you're done and you're ready for the real thing, then be done and ready for the real thing. And that's another thing. Really make sure that you're cutting off those ties to the people and things that have prevented real love from showing up into your life. And the minute that you do, the divine is bringing it in for you. 1, 2, 3. That is your love message. The time is 4:15, and we gotta run, right? Because we gotta go to that place again, right? The post office. Yay! If you would like a personal reading, that information's in the bio. As a reminder, anybody who purchases anything from the website, be a reading or a product, or just gives a love offering, will be entered to win the $250 at the end of the month. If you haven't gotten your number yet, you will be getting your number before the end of the day. Oh, geez. I'm going to send you out the link to... It's probably going to be later. It's not going to be right after the live. I got to run to the post office first. But we will be having it at 7:30, so be on the lookout for the link. I love you. I need to purchase tequila too, especially after Figure It Fits reading. What? I need some yum-yums, and I definitely need an adult beverage. I love you all dearly. Dearly, dearly, dearly. I feel like there's so many unanswered questions, but there's always tomorrow and the next day and the next to get to all of them. In the meantime, stay present. Make sure you're staying on top of the information and everything else that you're consuming, right? Trusting your intuition, trusting yourself, and putting yourself first. Thank you for spending this part of your day with the Soul Tribe, Spirit, and myself. Please, forever and always, stay blessed.